today at HSN. This is Natalie Vedeka. It is so great to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. A member of the ProForm team for many years, I know.
Yep.
You are certified on every level, and we are here today to talk about a new Pilates system.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've always loved Pilates. I've hated the fact that it costs so much money, and then there's so few studios to even get to. I've never been able to work it into my schedule. But what I love about what ProForm, of course, a major leader in the industry, has done is help bring the floor up to us in this comfortable seated position. It's awesome.
That is right.
So can we do like traditional moves, like a regular Pilates, like a reformer on this?
Anything that you could do on the mat, you can absolutely do here on the chair.
Cool.
And we'll show you as this half hour goes on, all the different exercises that we can do on this chair.
Okay, so we're starting with, what is this exercise?
This is called footwork.
Okay.
So we have our feet right now on the foot pedal, and let's all put our heels on, toes forward. Good, we're gonna be stable through the hips, so you even wanna move that pelvis to the front of your seat.
Okay.
Good, and as we push down, you're almost gonna see our hips lift up off the seat because those glutes are activating.
I'm feeling it.
Pilates really is a total body exercise. It creates those long, lean, strong muscles. It's about power, right? We're getting
so
stronger
true.
and more powerful. But just like you said, I'm already feeling kind of calm.
Yeah.
You also get that peace and that stillness and that calmness from Pilates.
It's very
as well.
true. What you said too, I know a lot of professional athletes, dancers included, whom I think are the most elite of all athletes.
Yep.
You know Miss Barb, the dancer back here.
dancer.
Those long, lean muscles, they are just so beautiful. This isn't about creating bulk. And I also love, and we're gonna take you on a circuit and show you how you can do the whole body muscle and strength training as well as your cardio with this one simple machine. Because what I think is different about this than anything I've seen is the bungee cords, if you will. I don't know if that's the official term, but this adds a whole different level of upper engagement, and with every exercise, you're engaging your core, correct?
Yeah, yes. The bungees add another level of resistance, and we can add these bungee exercises to every single Pilates exercise that we do here on the chair. In fact, you're already doing it. Let's add our feet, and then let's do some lateral raises, and we're gonna include some shoulder work here as well.
So I didn't even have to get off my machine to do this.
No, we just grab and keep going.
Grab and go.
Yeah.
So this is really awesome that, in fact, the bungees I know add a whole different level of resistance, but I'm noticing different hooks on the base too. So can you adjust the strength, or should I say resistance, of each move as well? Oh,
yes.
Like this.
Yeah, you'll see at the bungees there's different hooks. We call them resistance hooks. And that increases or decreases the resistance. And then underneath the chair, you'll also see some different resistance hooks.
Ooh, I love that one right there for the obliques.
Yeah, some different resistance hooks so that this chair really does grow with you. So as you get stronger, because that's what's gonna happen. That's absolutely what's gonna happen.
I love it.
You can continue to increase the resistance.
Sorry, I'm starting to take my clothes off here.
It's already
I gotta get into it.
Here.
I know.
And that's a great point. This really is a head to toe. Your heart, your lungs, everything's gonna be working. And the temperature of the muscles are gonna raise, and you're gonna start to feel the sweat. You're gonna start to feel the heat, because we're working those big muscles in the legs, the big muscles in the arms. We're getting head to toe with this chair.
I love that. And that's what I think is so amazing about Pilates. It's been around since the turn of the century. I mean, it's something that everybody knows to be so good for your body overall. It's about deep breathing and releasing the stress. It's about stretching. It's about tightening and toning. That one exercise, is it called a mermaid?
Yeah, do you want to get there?
I'd love
Let's
to,
go ahead
because
and move
that's
there.
a trouble area for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Melissa, you're an instructor as well, aren't you? A yoga and Pilates instructor. Thanks for being with us, both of you guys. All right, so
here we go. We're gonna sit here nice and tall. So a big part of Pilates is zipping up through the core, or in Pilates, a lot of times they refer to it as the powerhouse. Isn't that a cool term?
Yes.
This is your powerhouse, and this is where our power comes from, is a stable core. So we're gonna zip up like you have a string coming through your head. The hand goes here on the foot pedal. Okay. Arm comes over the head, and we're gonna create like a C shape through the side of the body. So beautiful. Look at this C shape right here. We got the C shape happening through the side of the body. Those obliques are strong.
Feels so good.
But be conscious and remember to zip up through all of those core muscles. Do you know how we do that?
No.
With our breath, with our breathing, right? So we want to keep the breathing going. Deep breath in and blow it out through those pursed lips.
Very nice.
And
so the crazy part is this woman has 3 children and your youngest is 1. What did you tell me before the show about
you
how?
know, I've been an athlete. I've played Division I soccer, done lots of big power lifts. I've never felt as strong as when I include Pilates. And the reason for that is Pilates really focuses on a lot of the stabilizing muscles, those smaller muscles that make us feel more powerful.
I love it. And that's the key to me, is that these movements aren't very big, but they really have a big impact when you do it on a more regular basis. I haven't even told you guys yet, you get 4 workouts included.
Yeah, DVDs come with it. So actually, I will come to your home.
Love that.
I'm gonna come to your home. There's a 10-minute, there's a 20-minute, a 30-minute, and a 45. So if you have 10 minutes that day, then you pop in your 10-minute DVD. If you have 45 minutes, maybe you go for more of that advanced workout with us, and we will build you there. We'll get you there.
But 10 minutes really is all that we need to get to it, to get started?
I'm telling you, pop that 10-minute workout in, and you're gonna feel like you did some good for yourself that day.
You know what else I'm loving? This is $100 off today.
Wow.
This is for the launch. This is our very first brand new item for the birthday. $100 savings. You know what? A lot of people spend that much on a class or two, depending on where you live, to go to a class, you know, with Pilates. And this is an instructor that's going to be there to hold your hand and teach you what to do. I'm going to follow your instructions today, Natalie. What are we working on now?
So let's come to our belly.
Okay.
So we talked about how this really is a head-to-toe workout. So we're gonna practice that right now. We're gonna bring our heels together. This is called Pilates Stance. And we're gonna zip up. So zip up through your thighs, squeeze those glutes, right? And then we're just gonna push with our upper body. So although this looks like, oh, they're just doing, you know, an upper body press, where else are you feeling this?
Feeling it in my butt.
Yes, in those glutes. I'm feeling my inner thighs. Think about if you were to have like a soft ball in between your thighs and you're squeezing that ball together, and then we want to lift up towards the ceiling. Where did you feel that?
That feels, you know what I love is that it feels like doing a cobra where you're strengthening the lower back, which I'm so prone to being weak in my lower back. But that feels really good. And it's not difficult. Like, you don't have to be coordinated to do this.
Yes. Do you know that, you mentioned your lower back and your glutes, do you know that that's also a part of your core?
Your lower back and glutes?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. That's where we find our stability. And talking about stability, everybody come to the front of your chair. Will you join me?
I'm happy to. This is fun. I love it.
Pilates is also about balance. So we're gonna practice this here. Notice, have we laid down on a mat today?
Nope.
Nope, we can do everything seated, laying on our tummy, on our side. We bring the floor up to you. So let's stand facing the chair and put your foot on the pedal.
Okay.
You can either bring your arms to the T, or if you like genie arms right here in front of you, or you can even bring your arms straight up above you. You choose. Or hips. So many different options. And we're just gonna press.
It's so zen to get this workout in. I love it.
What are you noticing about the foot that's planted on the floor?
I'm having to balance. It's strengthening my leg muscles too.
All those little muscles in your leg, in your foot, in your glutes are having to activate and create that balance.
It's very true. I'm noticing too amongst the gals, doing Pilates really gives you a nice shape to the rear. Look at that. Sorry.
We got some nice rear.
Hard not to notice.
We got some nice rears on set today. It's perfect. Pilates does that for you.
It does.
It strengthens the legs, the glutes, all of those smaller muscles, and then it makes it more powerful from head to toe.
This is good for balance, Natalie. I like this.
So let's switch. Did you switch already?
I did. I just did.
Perfect. Smart lady. Because we want to be even. And that's one thing too. You'll notice in your life that you're more dominant one side of the body to the other, right? Maybe you're gardening and you pick your weeds more so with one hand.
Got it.
Or as a soccer player, I was definitely stronger with that right foot, right? It's the World Cup, so I have to bring it up.
Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it?
And that will create some instability in the body. I'm gonna become stronger on that side that I use more. Well, with Pilates, we can focus on our right side versus our left side and give each side equal attention to create that strength, which then makes us stronger head to toe.
You're a good teacher.
We're burning more calories.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's no learning curve. I know some of you are like, oh, I've been doing Pilates for years. I know all those moves. Some of us are like, I've never done it. I've always wanted it. And you know what? we're gonna show you, and I love that Natalie's on those 4 workouts that come along with this purchase, which is only $39.99. 2 $20 bills to get your own Pilates system at home that takes up no space. It's essentially an extra chair if you need it sitting around the dining table at big holiday gatherings. But it's also whisper quiet. There's no belts or bands or anything to have to change out. It's not complicated. And if you work a crazy schedule like I do, oh, it's a crazy schedule. Sometimes 10 minutes is all I've got, and that's all you need. And I know for a lot of the times I come home from work and I'm all wired, I can't get to sleep. Instead of reaching for that glass of wine, sometimes doing a little bit of stretching can do wonders.
It does the mind and the body so much good. That strengthening and lengthening and just that stillness of the mind.
Yeah.
But we're getting that tough workout with Pilates. It's tough, however, we have modifications. Every exercise has modifications, and in the DVDs that come to your home, you'll have that. So I don't want you to see, maybe for example, this next exercise is a little bit more of an intermediate to advanced exercise. We're gonna go for some rotation. So we're gonna be in a tall kneeling stance. Okay. Take those glutes and squeeze them underneath you, right? We're gonna zip up the core, be nice and tall. So posture in Pilates is another thing that we're gonna focus on and improve. You'll notice when you sit, you're driving in your car, you'll notice, I'm sitting a little taller.
Great point.
Right? And you're gonna look a little slimmer in your dresses and in your pants and your shirts. And it might not even be, although I bet you part of it will be, might not even be that you lost weight. It's that you've learned how to, you've learned how to control your tummy, how to sit up straighter, and it looks like you lost 10 pounds.
I love it. It's very true. I've heard that from so many people who consistently do Pilates. I remember watching you, I'm like, what is going on with Melissa? And she's like, well, I've been doing Pilates. And I mean, you're long and lean. You've always been thin, but you are the tone is just incredible. And you do. And muscle weighs more than fat. So I never worry about the number on the scale as much as it is how I feel in my clothes.
That is awesome.
So this is a good one. So what are we working on this?
So we're working rotation. Rotation is the key to our power.
I like that.
So think about it. Even when you're unloading, you stay right there, but even when you're unloading the dishwasher, right? Do you think you're using some kind of power? You better believe it.
Yeah.
Right? Even unloading the dishwasher, picking up, oh man, he's like 20 pounds now.
Your baby?
Putting that baby in the crib. Do you think I need stabilization and power? You better believe it. Right? And so right here we get to train that. Zip up the core, arms are straight. Think about there being headlights on your hips, and you want to keep those headlights facing forward. And we're going to move right here through that mid-thoracic spine. And we're breathing. In those DVDs, I'm gonna keep coaching you through that constantly. It's probably gonna get to the point where you're like, okay, Natalie, I get the point. But the breath is so important to your workouts in anything you do, right? But it helps you be more conscious.
It's very true, my goodness. It's almost like the smaller the move, the more effective it is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, oh, absolutely it does. And you have to pay more attention to it. You think about, not to knock it all, but those big power lifts that people are doing. If you had an eye that could really see the movement, right, and break down the movement, you would think, oh boy, Pilates would be so good for you. And it makes you more powerful because we're working those smaller muscles. Those small movements, oh boy, there's much to say about it. And the power and the strength and the stability that we get from these smaller movements.
So I'm noticing as well, I mean, this is so perfect if you're a beginner, especially, really. So if you've always thought about wanting to do Pilates, what an opportunity this is. It's so easy, it's not complicated, it's not difficult. This is ProForm too, you know, that is the brand you want. You don't want to get something that's chintzy, just, you know, seriously, and this sells normally for $299. So you're getting this at $100 savings. That's an HSN price difference. That's not a retail compare. ProForm is a brand that you're willing to spend the extra money if you have to because it's such great quality. The 5 Flex that you see as an option right now, that goes away tonight at midnight. That's only for today. So if that helps you, I know it always helps me to pay a little, but to get everything delivered in a couple of days, is there any assembly that we need to share with our customers?
A little bit. It shouldn't take you too long, maybe 30 minutes to assemble.
So a couple extra pieces.
Yeah.
And by the way, in terms of its weight capacity, I forgot to double check on that. I think it's somewhere around 250. Let me double check. I'm gonna make sure you 250. Yep, I was right. So with that being said, the different levels of resistance is the key because you're never gonna outgrow this, right?
Yep, so here's a perfect example. This is a little bit more of an advanced exercise, but I wanted to show a couple of these so you could see how as you get stronger, there really are exercises that are going to stress out those muscles and challenge you to the max. Right now I have it on my higher resistance.
Okay.
So this is gonna give me a little bit more support. I'm in the plank position, solid through my core. I'm gonna keep my shoulders over my wrists. I'm gonna bend in the right arm.
Ooh, that's good.
And then press out of it. Now, if I wanted to increase the intensity of that, I would just unhook here and put it to the back hook. That's gonna give me a little less resistance. So then my body is going to have to create that power, that strength. It grows with you. That's what the point I'm getting at, is that it will help you and start where you're at, and then you'll grow. You'll get stronger, and the chair continues to grow with you to challenge you as you go.
And you don't have to buy anything down the road. It will always be there to meet you at whatever level of fitness that you're at. So that's a great point.
Can we show you a great exercise with Barb?
Yes, yes,
We practiced before the show, and we're so excited to show this on Barb.
I'm so glad you guys are picking this up today. You're gonna love this. It's so comfortable. It's a huge seat for you to enjoy as well. So which part of the body are we gonna focus on right now?
This is gonna be a total body. Especially, you'll notice, you'll think, oh boy, the abs. This is gonna target the abs. So we took the resistance bungee, and there's some hooks right behind here too. So we can create different levers of resistance all the way around, 360 around the chair. So Barb's gonna come to her back. She's gonna straighten those legs. Barb is a strong, beautiful, lengthy dancer,
Look
right?
at you, go
So
girl.
those nice straight legs, pointed toes, and as she scissors her legs, she's gonna bring that resistance underneath the leg. This is something that's done on one of those Pilates beds that's thousands and thousands of dollars.
They sure are.
That now she's creating right here on the ProForm Studio Pilates
Barb, you
chair.
are amazing. This woman is 60. I can't
She's gonna be
believe that.
70 really soon. Look how powerful
She and I have
strong.
birthdays a day apart, and I can't believe how does this happen?
I don't
But you
know.
look amazing. I am so proud of you and so inspired by you.
Perfect.
Wow.
Thanks, Barb. That's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So, go
that
ahead.
was whole body. It was one movement, but all body parts are being utilized.
Yeah, coordinated together.
What a beautiful
Hands,
thing.
core, feet, from head to toe, but we're strengthening from head to toe as a coordinated machine. Because our body is not broken into sections. Our body moves as a unit, and so that's how we get to train it, is as one unit.
You're really good. I love the way you explain things. It makes perfect sense. And this is gonna be the perfect piece for you to have at home. You know, sometimes it's just 10 minutes of like me time, like we just saw Barb experience. Just lying, maybe just stretching, maybe just starting with the breathing. And I think that's what I am so passionate about with Pilates in general, is it's that mind-body-soul connection that takes place with every one of these moves. And you don't have to remember a single thing about what we've done today, because it all comes home on the, it's one disc, but there's 4 workouts on that is included with this purchase today, which is item 613868, incidentally. This, if you're just tuning in on this Friday afternoon, don't miss this. Don't wait, because if you do, I mean, it's gonna be $100 more down the road. And you're gonna start seeing reviews pop up on our website after people get this and start seeing results. And isn't that, I think, I mean, we're all after results. If you're gonna put effort into any kind of exercise, you wanna see some benefit or some, you know, difference. And I think what you said earlier, Natalie, is the key, is that we tighten and tone, so we become leaner and thinner just because our muscles are more tight.
Yeah, and you feel stronger in all the activities that you love to do already. You'll notice, let's say you love to play volleyball. When you go to serve that ball, you're gonna notice that felt stronger. Or if you're a mom that just had a baby, that's well, not just, I can't say that anymore because it's been a year.
It's only been a year though.
If you have had a baby, maybe the baby's 5 and you're still feeling like you just don't have that stability yet, put in the work, get the chair today. Start putting in that work, and it could be 10 minutes a day, and you're gonna start to feel stronger in all the activities that you love to do.
Did you say that because you've had 2 children and then you had your baby?
Yes.
And did you say because of this system, after your last child, did you bounce back faster?
Yeah, you know the saying, when you know better, you do better?
Yeah.
So after I had my first 2 babies, I started lifting weights and went out for runs, and I was like, oh, I'm just ready to get my body back and feel fit and strong. And I would have issues with like my psoas or my back or whatnot. And so I thought, this time, I'm gonna do this a little differently. And so I did my research, I learned about it, and I found Pilates. And Pilates really has made a huge difference. And it changed my mindset too. It's not just about fitting back into those jeans, right? But it's about feeling strong and fit. It's about being able to do the things you love. It's about being able to put my baby down in the crib and not like tweak my back, right?
No, and I mean, most of us have that second child, and then the third is, it's harder and harder to lose the weight. But if you say you bounce back faster after the third, because of Pilates, I mean, that just goes to show you your body does respond. It's an amazing thing. Pilates is an incredible thing. So I'm really happy that you guys are picking this up today. That fifth flex, and I think you can even do a sixth if you have an HSN card to get the whole system home. I hope that you're taking advantage of this, because Pilates is one of those things. I don't want to have to spend probably this amount to do maybe, I don't know what Pilates costs. It's different in different parts of the country,
I mean,
but
in some of the bigger cities, you're paying $100 a class to be a part of it. So think about that. How much? $100 a class to be a part of it. So for $200, you get your own studio in your home. The floor is brought up to you. Plus, you get a trainer to come home and tell you exactly what to do.
Exactly.
And you get to use it at your convenience.
That's what I love. Absolutely. It's quiet. It's just comfortable. It's easy. It doesn't hurt. So many of us are like, I'm not going to exercise because I'm sick of things hurting. And it's just, and that's the whole point. It's actually about repairing and strengthening, especially like when we did that back exercise, what these gals are doing right now. So that exercise alone, how many different body parts are being integrated right there?
Think about it. In fitness, we call it the posterior chain. It's such a big word for you're working your back and your buns, you're working those hamstrings, but that posterior chain gets neglected a lot of the times. And so just laying here on our belly, we're gonna zip up through our glutes and our quads, bring those heels together. In Pilates, they call this the Pilates stance, with the toes out, right? And we're gonna lift up, and we're gonna activate those erector spinae. Those are the muscles that come right along your back. And then we get to add in some upper body work. Okay, now let's try this. Arms are straight, and we're gonna move through that mid-back.
Oh, wow, that's really incredible difference with such a little tweak.
And we breathe, right? We're gonna breathe through this, so lifting through the mid-back. But you've got to, the thing is that you've got to keep activated through that back. So these muscles here, and then our beautiful glutes and the quads and the hamstrings are zipped up together. And you think, oh, I see her upper body working, but really this is a head to toe coordinated effort. And how hard is that to do?
You know what? I feel so comfortable. I don't feel at all unstable. It feels really comfortable. This is super padded. I don't know if you can see this. It's a big, cushy chair. I'm not kidding by saying you're gonna put this at the dining table for holiday gatherings for extra seating. I'm serious. 250-pound weight capacity. It is really incredible. These two, by the way, separate. You can do this together. You can separate your legs to do individual work like we showed you earlier. And if you're just tuning in, Natalie is our special guest from ProForm. This woman, I love a strong woman, and you're a strong woman who's had 3 children, and I love that you're here to teach us how Pilates can really enhance and benefit our lives.
Yeah, it strengthens us head to toe.
Yep.
It gives us that confidence too. You know, when you start a workout routine and you feel like, oh, that just really kicked my butt, and it kind of kicks your confidence a little bit.
True.
You know, you come out of that feeling like, you're like, oh, it just proved how out of shape I am.
Exactly.
Right? You get this chair, you will be successful every time.
What a
Every
great
time you
approach.
come to it, you're gonna leave that feeling like, I did something good for my body today, right? And I was successful at what I did.
That's a really beautiful thing that you just said. It's so true. Instead of continuing to beat yourself up, this really nudges you towards a better place. Mentally and physically, you do notice a difference. The stretch alone. I had a friend who was a Pilates instructor who's told me something once, and I say it all the time, and I'm gonna totally plagiarize Kristen. She said, our issues are in our tissues.
Oh, I love that.
And when we stretch through some of the, like I hold so much stress in my hip flexors, I don't know why. True. But when I stretch them, it's incredible how much I feel like I emotionally release.
Scientifically, there's something to that. So tell your friend she's brilliant. Right? Think about, on a daily basis, many of us are here. Many of us are here.
True.
Right? So we're rolled forward in our shoulders. So just the exercise that we were just doing on our belly and lift, and we open up through our chest. You can't stand in front of the mirror like this and not feel more confident, more proud, right? And that's what Pilates does. It puts us into proper posture. It makes you roll those shoulders back. It makes you take up the space you were meant to take up.
Love her.
Don't you love that?
Love this girl.
Open up the shoulders and take
that.
up the space that you were meant to take up. That's what Pilates does. It's more than just strengthening our muscles. It's about our mindset. It's about our mind.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're just tuning in, I know I could spend 3 hours doing this with you. I'm so passionate about the benefits of Pilates, and this is such a great buy on this system from ProForm. I want to show you the machine in totality. Let's take a little tour, starting with the foot bar that you're at right now,
Kristen. So we call this the foot pedal. You'll hear me mention that in the DVDs that you're going to get with the chair as well. We just talked about this, but it does separate at the foot, and you think, oh, why is that? Well, we can do some alternating exercises. Really, the physiological reason why is that we are stronger on one side of our body versus the other. So this allows us, and I'll come right into the footwork, this allows us to focus on strengthening the right side detached from the left side. Because if this was attached, I'd tell you every time my right leg's gonna take over because it's stronger. So there's a huge benefit there. And then all around the chair, you'll see different hooks. We call these the resistance hooks. And this allows for the chair to grow with you. As you get stronger, the chair will grow, and you can put the resistance bungees at different hooks so that you can challenge yourself even more and more. And we have hooks in the front of the chair, we have hooks in the back of the chair, and then underneath the pedals are more hooks. So there's these hooks, and I don't want that to feel like, oh, I'm not gonna know where to put the bungee on the hook. I'll tell you. In the DVDs that come, I will tell you, okay, we're gonna move the bungee. If you want this resistance to be increased, then we'll move the bungee. So I'll lead you through that, and then it just becomes intuitive.
Excellent.
So don't let that stress you out.
That's great. The DVD includes 4 workouts plus all the details that you need to be able to get to whatever level you're gonna take us.
And then we have a nice big padded chair. And this is meant for us to sit on. It brings the floor up to us. It's meant for us to lay on our tummy. We can also lay on our back. I have a mic pack behind me, so I'm not gonna be able to show you that one, but you get the point there. Even on our side, right? We're gonna do some kneeling on the chair. So all around the chair, we're gonna stand in front of the chair. It's really a simple piece, and we haven't mentioned this yet, but the chair also folds up.
Oh, great.
It folds up so you can just slide it under a bed or put it in a closet.
Awesome.
So when you're done with it, it doesn't need to take up space in your living room or wherever you have it.
Exactly. In fact, here it is folded. Thanks for reminding us of that. What a nice extra feature, because, you know, not many of us have a whole separate room we can dedicate to our fitness equipment. Oh my gosh, you guys, time is so limited. Is this the only airing today, or is there another show tonight?
We have one at 11 o'clock tonight.
Late tonight,
yes.
Okay. But all I know is that this being the very first airing, it's brand new. It's only here at HSN at this price. And it's only today that you can take advantage of $100 savings and a 5th flex. It's 2 $20 bills. If you like, in fact, my friend Patricia, I don't know if you're watching today, she's my new friend from San Diego. We had this talk last night, and she was really beating herself up because she saw a picture of herself, and she's like, oh my gosh, I've got to do something about it. And I'm like, stop, first of all, and just love yourself because you're beautiful. But if you're feeling like you're beating yourself up because you want to, you know, get tighter and toned, this is an amazing way, especially because I talked to you before the show. I said, let's really focus on like what core exercises we can do, because I think that's an area for most women. And Natalie said, well, every exercise includes the core.
Everything we do is working the core.
Yay.
Yeah, because if we're not activating through the core, then we're not doing it right from the very beginning. All of our movement comes from that core. There's a saying that says, you can't shoot a cannon from a canoe. Meaning you can't create action and power and movement from an unstable surface.
Interesting.
That's what causes us to maybe get hurt, right? It eats up that power. And so when we create a strong battleship, right? Not a canoe, a strong battleship.
I like it.
Then everything we do outside of our body or away from our body will become more powerful.
Great analogy. I love that. Thank you for sharing. I'll never forget, and I will use that again. I'll give you credit. So what are you doing with your arms? Because I saw that you can do some twisting motions here too. The bungees are fantastic for upper body engagement.
Yeah, this adds a whole new element to the chair. It allows for us to work. We can go for our shoulders. Let's do some circles together. You'll feel this very quickly. You'll notice that my feet are still here on the pedal. So if you're feeling like, okay, I can add some upper and some lower together. We're gonna do this together here. We can go for an overhead press, right? We can even do some rotation. Let's hold. This right here is an isometric hold, meaning it's contracted, and we just hold it. You feel that burn?
Ooh, baby.
And then we're gonna add some rotation. Whew.
Wow.
And then you'll notice earlier we were doing an exercise with Barbara. Barbara, you don't have to get back into it, but there's different parts of the chair that we can hook, and then we can use that bungee included in a lot of the exercises that you would do on your Pilates mat. But again, the chair brings the floor to you, and it just makes it more accessible, makes it easier for you to perform those exercises.
I love that. I mean, Pilates
there
in general.
She goes.
Okay.
Beautiful, Barb.
You have to like get on the floor for most Pilates, classes, and certainly even, the reformers and things like that. This is a great point. It's the comfortable seated position. You are sitting and you're in a comfortable, safe, stable position for all of the exercises. That still amazes me. That whole body engagement.
Yeah.
Beautiful job.
Beautiful, Barbara.
There's the hundreds?
Yes, hundreds. We can do the hundreds using it. Thank you. That was a great. We can go for the hundreds, and Barbara's working right into this, so you'll see this in pretty much every Pilates class that you go to. But now we're adding resistance with those bungees. Beautiful, Barb. We're working the body head to toe, meaning our arms are connected to our body, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And our legs are connected to our body.
Yep.
So why do we go to the gym and just think, okay, I'm gonna do my biceps today, and I'm gonna work my legs tomorrow? No, our body is a unit, and it's meant to work together. And that's what we do here on the Pilates chair.
So well said.
We work the head to toe as one beautiful, powerful unit in every exercise that we do.
And all the movements, and some of them that we've shown you today and more that you'll learn on the DVD that comes home, these are the natural movements we make every day, like whether it's swinging a golf club or it's picking up your groceries from the back seat or the trunk, and all those things that sometimes, if you're not strong, it can take you down.
Yep.
Little things like, well, it's not a little thing. Our core is everything.
Yes.
And every exercise engages your core.
Yeah, in Pilates they call it the powerhouse. It is the house of your power. It is where we receive our power. Think about, as a mom,